you made her relevant.
No, I didn't say that.
Is it possible?
No, I said that I provided a platform for her to be famous. Yes, I said that. But I meant that. I mean, that's nothing negative about that. It's the truth.
No matter how she wants to spin it, it's all the same thing. You did say these things, Mariah, and you meant them, and you're saying them over and over again.
I was good to Miss Quad. I was good. When that girl came into the city, I made a phone call and got her a job. I taught her how to be a wife.
What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen. This time, honey, Miss Robinson is a bit under the weather, okay? I don't know what it is, you guys, around the same time of year, okay? It's like I always get sick. It's like the universe say, honey, bitch, it's your turn. Okay, it is your turn to be sick, okay? But I'm starting to feel a little bit better. So, like, most working people, it's time to get that ass up and get back to work, okay? I got a job to do. And the people miss me, okay? Listen. And speaking of listening, I am back. We are here to talk all things Married to Medicine. Y'all heard y'all girl, because she damn sure ain't mine, Miss Mariah Huck. Y'all heard what she was saying about Quad. I did this, I did that. And I'm here to tell you guys, when you talk like that about a person, and I know I've had it done to me, okay? And not just in romantic relationships. I've had friends that thought that because they did a few nice things, for me or to me, they expect for you to put up with their shiggity. They expect to, treat you like shit. You just supposed to take it. Hell, some of us go through this at work, okay, where people feel like I gave you a job. I'm doing you a favor, so I'm going to talk to you any kind of damn way. Okay, and I don't think that's the right way to be, because guess what? Bosses get fired too. Okay, all of us then got sick of a damn boss, and we was like, you know what? I'm going to quit on that ass. You keep showing your ass with me. Okay? So I said all of that to say this. A lot of people, when they think about Quad, Webb of Married to Medicine, they always bring up Mariah and how she did Mariah so wrong. One of you all got in the comments, and I'll never forget it. You said something like, yeah, but you're not telling things in the chronological order. And let me tell you something, because one of y'all was trying to overly defend Mariah. Okay, and I'm here to say this to you. Whether you run somebody over on accident or on purpose, you ran them over. Okay? You ran them over, and they still will need to go to the hospital and be bandaged up if they ain't dead. So it don't matter in what order you spin it. She felt like she could treat Quad any type of way because she gave her a platform on this show. And when you are somebody's friend, you don't treat them like that. You don't try to belittle them. I told you all in my past video, go check it out if you didn't. You can't be talking to people any kind of way. Okay? And this whole thing of, yeah, but Mariah did this for Quad and she gave her a place to stay. And you even saw, what's his name? I was going to call him Aladdin, Aiden, Mariah's husband. She was a homeless person. This is down to the season 6. She was this, she was that. They always talk about Quad in the past tense. And you want to know why? Because they couldn't deal with her greatness at the time in the present moment. And that is what evil people do. That is what malicious people do. They want to keep you in the past. They only want to be familiar with the version that they met. They don't want you to grow and come up in life. And Quad is college educated. They made it look like Quad was dumb as a box of rocks. That girl is college educated. I think she said she was a biology major and chemistry. Who the hell that's black, honey, trying to do some damn biology and chemistry. Shit, Miss Quad is very smart. And that's why Eugene and Toya can't stand her, because them brother tuckers over there together, and they still can't keep a nice house. But Quad can, and Quad by herself. That's why they ass mad. I also saw something from Toya, because Quad apologized in her last interview with Carlos King. She apologized to Toya and Eugene for perpetuating the rumor that, they broke into Anila's house, or, they had knowledge of it, which all of that came from Carrie. Even Heavenly doubled down on that. But people like to forget that. But this whole thing with Toya, and like I told y'all, Toya is mad because she want to be mad. She's jealous of Quad. Do you think when a bitch jealous of you, she gonna come out and admit it to the world? She's jealous of Quad. She is. Like Funky Dineva said, Quad is better at being the it girl. But I saw Toya say that she doesn't forgive Quad, or she don't accept her apology. Quad is just trying to keep her job. And I think I heard Heavenly saying that too. She going around saying, oh, Quad is groveling. She gave these people her ass to kiss. Now she begging for her job. I don't think she's begging for her job. Who the hell is go step away from some good ass income? Okay? Who the hell is gonna do that? She trying to, be cool with y'all just enough so probably she could stay on the show. But she's groveling now, Heavenly. Toya wants to use all of this to do what she's been wanting to do since season 6. Which is, I want to use all of this to kick Quad off the show. Because I want to be the queen bee. You better watch it, Toya. Because Andy and Bravo, they got the last word on that. Okay? And like I told y'all, Andy and Bravo, they like Quad. How do I know that? They keep bringing her back. Don't listen to Heavenly when she say, yeah, it's me bringing her back. I played y'all the clip of Andy saying, you're here because this girl likes you. He was talking about himself. Okay? Heavenly wants Quad to kiss her ass. She's turning into Mariah before our eyes. And it's funny, in this scene, she wasn't acting like that. Okay? And I'm not done with this clip. Because people love trying to make it look like, because Mariah is not on the show, oh, she was so perfect. Oh, she was so nice to all the girls. Oh, they just need her so bad for the show. No, they don't. They don't need her. She's great TV, I give her that. But I told y'all, Bravo and Andy, they got sick of her shiggity. Okay? She kept getting chance after chance. And was giving Bravo and Andy her ass to kiss. Okay? And Mariah is a one-trick pony. That's why she kept playing that same card. Okay? She kept playing the same hand, kept playing the same card over and over. The perpetual victim. The child card. I want everybody to bow down to me. This is my show. They couldn't even pay homage to Toya's Closet without her making that about her. Toya and Mariah ain't even been talking. That's why I was looking at Toya like, when Quad came in the casket, y'all heard Toya say, oh, is Mariah gonna come out too? Why you bringing her name up? Because you sure was singing a different tune when Carlos King was talking to you about Mariah, and you admitted that y'all don't even talk no more. Because y'all friendship, it was fake. It was an alliance. It was just superficial. It was just for the show. So, y'all get out of here with, well, Mariah and Toya was close. No, they wasn't. It was just for the show. Mariah used her to stay on her own show. But yeah, she was very unlikable. She was disrespectful. If you watch season 6, she, along with Toya, they was trying to get Quad to not come on the couples trips. That's why she concocted that that rumor about Quad sleeping with her former brother-in-law, with Lake's ex-husband, which I don't believe. And then you turned around and was in Quad's wedding. You, your sister, your kids, your mammy. Girl, bye. She did all she could to change the opinions that the ladies had of Quad. But y'all will swear up and down it's one-sided. It was Quad that, forced Mariah out of her own circle. No. Quad had her issues with Mariah. It was Simone that was trying to play both sides. And she was doing that flip-flopping shiggity that she always do. Smiling and agreeing to stuff and then going over here saying something else. And y'all know how Simone do. I'll never forget they took a vote on, who wanted Mariah to come, who wanted Quad to come. The ladies pretty much chose Quad. And then once Simone got with Mariah, she gonna tell Mariah, my bad, bring a cake up to the Blue Ridge Mountains. Just say hey to the ladies. They had already voted to not have the heifer there. So, and even Toya got mad at Simone, like, why are you doing that? You be lying. You be playing both sides against the middle. If you notice, it was Simone that was telling Quad she needed to pack her stuff up and go on home. She doesn't have an emotional connection to the group. And they don't never do this to Simone. Heavenly like to say, oh, every year, one of them got to eat crow. When the hell is it going to be Simone's turn? Okay? When the hell is it going to be Simone's turn? Because she the main one that be instigating stuff. So let's listen to some more of Mariah, and then we're going to get into this Quad and Carlos King interview. Let's listen to some more.
I taught her a lot of things, but the one thing I could not teach her is to be a friend. I even brought myself down a few notches to make her feel like we were equivalent.
When you talk like that to somebody, you are saying, I'm better than you, and you're nothing. Okay? And when you go around talking about somebody that you claim you care about like that, you was never their friend. Quad's father was right.
We are not cut from the same cloth. We didn't come from the same type of home, and we do not have the same moral fiber. Not at all.
Well, then why did you invite her to this circle? Okay? Why did she outlast you on your show? I will wait. And she around here talking shiggity now. I'm talking about Mariah. Well, I feel like it's really desperate of Quad to come through in a casket. Says who? Yo ass? You're still bitter that you got voted off the island. Okay? You can't blame it on them women. Blame it on Bravo. Blame Andy. They didn't like your ass and they chose Quad. And if she want to come through in a casket, I'm going to tell you what. I saw that clip with Andy. Andy was smiling. He was like, wow. Even Wendy from Potomac was like, wow, she came through in a casket. I didn't feel like it was desperate. I wouldn't get my ass in no casket, but I felt like that was some good ass TV.
Oh, these women crazy. You think you're better. You think you helped her, and then you threw it in her face. That's not godlike, and that's not a true friend.
And Heavenly, you won the talk because you doing the same shiggity now. You done turned into her. I think y'all all go crazy with thinking that y'all are the star of the damn show. All right, y'all, let's get to this interview with Quad and Carlos King.
I will always encourage people to know their worth and know what you bring to the table.
When you were going through what you were going through, and you saw Mariah go through what she went through, obviously she created the show, right? She still gets a constant by credit to this day. You saw some things that happened behind the scenes, right? That is obviously at your discretion. But when you look at your experience these past couple of months, taping this season of Married to Medicine, and you felt like, I now see what she was talking about. Do you feel like you were a part of that ecosystem that pushed Mariah out of her own show?
Well, I would never want to push anyone anywhere, but to greatness, right? I think sometimes we have to do a self-reflection. I just could remember one time Mariah saying, y'all not married to medicine, y'all married to Mariah. And that was hurtful. That was hurtful. And I'm your friend, and I got your back, and we're going to go a long way. That was my heart posture, and that's what my mentality was at that time. And so to hear her say things like that, it was more like, wait a minute now. We're doing this together. What do you mean when you say that? And how am I supposed to feel when you say things like that?
You were arguably the breakout star of Married to Medicine.
Oh, child, baby, don't say that out loud. Don't say that out loud. That right there alone, that is so loaded. That is automatically walking. That's like putting on a vest with like 10,000 targets on you, like bullseyes, and people just ready to gun you down. No.
Is that? Let's have a conversation.
Let's have it.
And this is coming from the king of reality television.
Let's have it.
Every single ensemble show has a breakout star. Every single reality show has a breakout star. Okay? I want everyone to know that because we're going to have a real conversation. Destiny Child had Beyonce.
Yes.
The Jacksons had Michael.
Baby, don't they? Didn't they?
Chicago Bulls had Michael Jordan. Let's talk about it. I don't think there's anything wrong with giving someone their props in terms of saying, you're the breakout bitch. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Good for you. Let's all support each other. Because at the same time, there will be no Beyonce without Destiny's Child. There will be no Michael Jackson without the Jacksons. Sure. And there will be no Michael Jordan without Scottie Pippen.
Absolutely.
So no one can do it on their own.
And I know a lot of people will argue with that because I've seen people's comments. Oh, it wasn't just Quad, it was Mariah. That's a matter of opinion because everybody, you guys, I know this is hard for some of y'all to not believe, but everybody don't like Mariah. They don't. There are people that like Toya more than Mariah. Okay, there are people that like Quad more than Mariah. There are people that like Heavenly more than Mariah.
And I'm saying this, loving the show, being a fan of it, but I'm real. Mm-hmm. You were arguably the breakout star of Married to Medicine instantly. Yeah. This brown-skinned black girl from Memphis, Tennessee, who was in pre-biology, pre-med, all those things, right? Mm-hmm. Never desired to be in front of the camera. Wasn't thinking about it. Your best friend created the show. Bitch, I'm gonna put you on. Okay, girl, let's do it.
And my thought process with that at the time was that we was gonna ride it all the way.
Like Laverne and Shirley.
Maybe like Laverne and Shirley, get into it fall face first.
Let me say this while it's on my mind. They were not real friends. I repeat, they were not as good as the friends as they claimed they was, or they wouldn't have fell out that quick. This was about season 2, once they came back. That's when Quad had heard Mariah was saying all this shiggity about her or whatever the heck happened, right? Yeah, y'all not friends like that. When you fall out that quick and the fact that they could never get it back together, I just feel like this was a superficial relationship. What do you guys think? Get in the comments. And it's similar to a man and a woman. If a man and a woman that's been cool for some years, right? They end up breaking up as soon as they get on a damn show. It's like, why? Was it real? and then they can't get it back together. It was several attempts to get it back together. Mariah gave Quad her ass to kiss. The show got in the middle of their friendship. The other ladies, all of that played a part. And they were never able, to like bring it back together. That's why when I went back, because everybody kept telling me, you need to go and watch it from season 1. And that's the only season they was really tight like that. Season 1. Season 2, they was pretty much out, on the out. Season 3, I think Quad brought her back around. She still did that perpetual, woe is me, feel sorry for me. Toya was over it. I was over it. They went out of town. Mariah went off on Eugene. We ain't family. Y'all didn't reach out to me. Da, 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 da. Then, season 4, Mariah came back in with Lisa Nicole. Because every season she needed somebody to bring her ass back into the group. Because everybody didn't consistently mess with her. So, yeah, her and Lisa Nicole, they was on an island by themselves because the girls wasn't really fooling with Lisa because they found out she was a liar and making excuses for her husband. Then it was season 5. Toya helped her come back and so on and so forth.
We were going to go the entire way. And my ideology of thinking was there will be some doors that she would open and I would walk through them with her.
She getting emotional.
Why does it still get you emotional after all these years when you...
And there will be some doors that I would walk through. That I would be like, baby, come on, baby, at 2:30, baby, I got this door over here, it's open. Let's go, girl, put your shoes on. We got to get there. And that's what I was always thinking. I thought that that would be our whole entire existence in television. I truly believed it. I believed it with everything in me. You couldn't have told me anything different.
So before I continue, you guys, with the audio, I want to read some comments, okay? So one person says, if Quad would have said, damn, I now understand what Mariah felt and experienced. I admit we effed up with how we dealt with Mariah. See, once again, you want her to grovel down to Mariah's feet when I done already played you all the audio of how Miss Mariah really feels about Quad. And even to this day, she said that Quad should leave the show. And I'm telling you now, she's talking that shiggity because, number one, it has always bothered Mariah that the girls chose Quad over her. That it's going to bother her to the day she died. You can't tell me otherwise. It's going to bother her to the day she died that Bravo and Andy chose Quad over her. So now that the girls have gave Quad their ass to kiss, it's like, well, bitch, get off the show. Just go ahead. You acting desperate now. And I was like, Mariah, just be quiet. Now that shiggity she said about Jackie, I was here for. Okay, I was in support of that. But when it comes to Quad, I think she needs to be quiet. I really do. Because it comes off as bitter. It just comes off like you still like hurt and in your feelings. And I know she is because I know her personality. I know what I'm looking at, guys. Y'all can roll your eyes. You can suck your teeth. But I know who the hell I'm looking at. Okay? So I want to read more of what the people got to say. So another person says, I love Quad and wish her well. I want her to work on how she deflects. I see it clear in this interview. And I see what the girls are saying. What are the girls saying? Toya is the one that's mad. But see, this is my issue with this season. And I don't like this season. I feel like we all have been cheated. The problem I have with this season is Toya is upset. And I will keep reiterating this, guys. Toya is upset that Quad gathered her ass at the season 9 reunion. Okay, you might as well get a double wide because you stay on the move. I said, damn, shots fired. Shit, I think she hit Eugene. That's why his big ass is mad. They need to address how Toya and Eugene becoming at Quad because it's not one-sided. And I don't like what they're doing on the show. I don't like what they're doing. They're making it look like only Quad comes at Toya and Eugene, and we all know better than that because we've been watching Heavenly. And I'm going to play the audio, you guys. Because I time-stamped everything. I'm going to play that audio. It won't be today, but I will be playing it because I want to give you all the history of things. Because Heavenly admitted that Eugene really be coming for Quad at the reunions, but they don't play it all. They only play what Quad say to him. So another person says, Mariah and Quad's friendship made me fall in love with the show. My heart sank when Quad not only turned on Mariah. So, wow, she turned on Mariah. I think a lot of you all need to go and watch Roots because I think a lot of you all love slavery. I do. I think a lot of you all, and I can understand how Quad feels because I have lived life. I've been in positions where I've opened doors for people. But see, I don't have to talk shit and talk down to you because I've opened a door for you. That's not my style. But I've had it done to me where people thought I was going to kiss their ass for the rest of my life. And I'm not going to do that. We got way too much pride for that, sweetie. So another person says, I stopped watching Married to Medicine when they pushed Mariah out. Did they push her out or did her antics get her pushed out? And I'm going to say this because I feel like y'all are always overly taken up for Mariah. When the hell y'all go hold her? When the hell, I can't even get the words out. When the hell y'all go hold her accountable and responsible for her actions? Talking down to the girls. Okay? Talking down to Quad. Ain't nobody keeping her ass around. She threatened to fire Toya at the season 1 reunion. Okay? She threatened to fire Carrie too. The person goes on to say she was my favorite, and I thought that was horrible. She literally gave those ladies a platform. So I suppose they were supposed to kiss her ass because she gave them a damn platform. You better get up out of here. Another person comments to that and says Mariah pushed herself out the group. Yeah, she thought that she was bigger than the show. Okay? Another person says, did you not just hear that Mariah told them ladies that they weren't married to Medicine, they were married to Mariah? If Quad felt a way about that, do you think the doctors took that lightly? Hell no. Jackie and Simone really wasn't here for that, especially Jackie. Simone was supposed to be Mariah's friend, but just because you somebody's friend, that don't mean you don't keep them honest. You know, and Simone tried to do that. I just disagree with how Simone did it, because I feel like if anybody snaked Mariah, it was Simone. Now, but y'all let Simone skate by. I don't never hear nobody trying to get on Simone about, breaking the damn group up. And quiet as kept, they didn't do Quad the way they did Mariah. They didn't do her like that. They warned Mariah. They did Quad worse. They invited her all the way out to Napa. Invited her to dinner. And I think that when they invited her back to the room and did some more of that BS, that's when the audience was like, oh, hell no, this wasn't right. It already wasn't right at the table. It wasn't right. I can tell that Toya had malicious intent just with how she was talking about Napa. Oh, this is about business and I don't want to be going through stuff with Quad. Meanwhile, I'm going to invite Quad and then I'm going to dog her out because I don't know how to read a bitch. I don't know how to stop moving every season. I don't know how to stop being the joke of the damn show. That's what Toya is, the joke of the damn show. And that's why her and Eugene, they got so in their feelings. Because if y'all made a profit off of moving, then it wouldn't have been nothing that Karen, y'all should have just laughed that shit off. Let me read another comment, you guys, before we get to the interview. So one person says, I was always taught that you should never expect someone else to do something that you aren't willing to do. I find the Married to Medicine ladies' expectations and treatment of Quad to be an egregious and unjustifiable miscarriage, not miscarriage of justice. And none of them are ready to acknowledge that their disdain for Claude is primarily founded on the basis of jealousy. I told y'all. And their own personal complex of inferiority that has nothing to do with her. Exactly. Because to this person's point, with the interview that Carlos, and it wasn't an interview, it was a collaboration with Carlos and Heavenly. Heavenly admitted that her and Quad don't hang out in real life. So why is you so mad that she's calling you when it's time to film? It's time to work, fool. Well, you using me? Girl, shut up. Ain't nobody using you. You talk about the girl like a dog. Ain't nobody calling you every day. And I feel like Heavenly has now taken Mariah's place. She wants Quad to kiss her ass. And you be talking about her. Well, she should be happy I brought her back. And she should. And even Carlos had to check Heavenly. Go back and watch. He was like, Heavenly, are you Quad's friend? Then she began deflecting. Oh, it's levels to friendship. Jackie, my friend. Why? Because Jackie winning? Child, them people that turned on Jackie so quick. She out here apologizing. That's somebody that's groveling, trying to keep their damn job, Miss Jackie. Now she apologizing. Okay, lying. Okay, make it make sense. Okay, let's continue with what the person said. And their own personal complex of inferiority that has nothing to do with her. In fact, they felt the same way towards Mariah. Here we go. Oh, you was doing good until you brought her damn name. I think when people constantly bring Mariah in stuff, it's kind of like it's not fair to Quad. Like Quad doesn't have a chance on her own to feel how she feels, because it's always compared to Mariah. Everything always ends up being about Mariah. It's like, damn. Okay, we're gonna leave that person's comment right there, because they begin going on and on about you know who, honey. Okay, so another person says something that's interesting. I've been telling y'all. Something that has stood out to me is that Simone seems to blow wherever the wind blows. First, she told Quad she was holding her hostage. She called the meeting to have Mariah put out the group. She stayed calling Toya dumb, stupid, and anything else related to intelligence. Then they almost fought at the season 2 reunion. She stopped speaking to Jackie behind Heavenly. Yep, because she was into it with Heavenly and was upset that Heavenly and Jackie became good friends. Simone is very childish, and I love that this person is bringing this up, because like I keep telling y'all, when the hell they gonna have a damn ambush on Simone and her bad behavior? Her and Heavenly fell out. I'm pretty sure her and Contessa got into it. Yep, they got into it on that boat because she wanted to welcome Contessa back to the group. Contessa was like, bitch, I didn't go nowhere. I just had surgery so I wouldn't, get cancer. Okay, like I'm trying to save my own life. But Simone, that's when she started being up Toya's ass and trying to take up for her, trying to fight her damn battles. Now she don't have a real problem with Quad, but asked her to leave the trip. Like, who is it going to be next season? Exactly. I don't even want Phaedra, you guys, back on the show. I'm so sick of her. She better start playing a different game or she can go, child. Oh, another person mentioned something very interesting. So one person says the part where she said it took Andy Cohen to put a stamp on Gregory hitting her. Then after that, Toya and Eugene doubled down and tweeted that they did not believe Gregory was abusive to Quad. Oh yeah, because I remember at the season 6 reunion, Mariah and Toya was both, no, don't say hit, don't say hit, don't say. It's like, how y'all gonna tell this woman what she went through? That is so disrespectful and dismissive. So when people say Quad owes Toya an apology, I say for what? Because Toya has been horrible to Quad from day one. I agree.
That's how much I wanted to share this experience with her. I did. And then things shifted. It's kind of like, that whole thing, arguably the breakout star. Andy Cohen said, I'm obsessed with her. And, me at that time, I'm not knowing, really understanding how TV works and what truly did that mean to hear people say that, right? I'm not really understanding. I'm like, okay, I'm glad I made a good impression. You know what I mean? But it just was, it stopped there for me, because I didn't have the full concept of what was about to happen. But she did. And other people did too. And I think at that very moment, that's when things shifted in our relationship.
Do you think Mariah was jealous of your success?
I think she felt like this is her baby and she deserved to be in that position. How dare they say that about someone else?
Same thing with Toya and Bravo paying homage to her closet. Mariah made that about her. Mariah came through at the reunions with the big ass pictures on her door. Pay attention to me. It's all about me. See, when you're doing stuff like that, you are, you're saying some things. Okay?
And especially being quiet.
You being labeled a breakout star, you're the first person I've ever said that to that didn't say, of course I was, bitch. Because a lot of women who are the breakout star, I said it to Nene Leakes, for example. She's like, but bitch, duh, right? Like, of course, bitch, what was good? When I say that to some girls, they're like, yeah, bitch, duh, I know that. You're the first person I've ever spoken to that when I said you were the breakout star, you got uncomfortable, as if you are suffering through PTSD from what that label means to you. Because and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but what I'm gathering from your energy is being called the breakout star makes you uncomfortable because you probably were never celebrated hearing that. Being called the breakout star apparently has brought you turmoil, losing your best friend, possible jealousy, possible envy. Why am I on the money with that one? You don't seem to like receive that.
You're on the right track. It's a lot to carry. There are certain things that are expected of you that is not expected of others. There are certain things that certain people can completely get away with and you just cannot. Everything you do is held to a higher standard. You are not given the same grace. You are expected to carry yourself in a certain way. And you are under heavy scrutiny with that title.
Was that title weaponized?
Of course. Nothing that I just said was good about it. Nothing that I just said was good about it. At least from my experience. Maybe Nene had a different type of experience and some others may have had a different type of experience. But for me, it has completely just made me... It's been painful at times for me.
All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and end that right there. This will be part 1. Stay tuned. I will be covering this, on a part 2. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out in the next video.